This is July 25th, 2000. I'm at GR0054, the Lone Pine Mine. This is the main working at the Lone Pine. It's gated and locked. You can see that there's a metal roofed shed, and then the old log cabin. I believe this is possibly the one written up in the literature, although it sounded like it was larger. So this may be another one that was constructed a little later than the early one that was first written. There is a fairly good stream of water coming out here. Looks like about 5 gallons a minute maybe. There's supposed to be a couple workings, but I really don't know. We don't have a map that shows where they are. So unless I can find some waste dumps, well, it's going to be a little tough to find them. In any case, this whole flat area is kind of the waste rock, more than likely. The pad's about, I guess, 60 feet long, 60, 70 feet wide, something like that, and not very thick, possibly about 10 feet thick is all. Kind of this brushy stuff is growing out on it. So it may actually extend out into there a little ways. Some bottles and things down in there. Pieces of old equipment up over here. I see a Forest Service boundary sign, so this may still be patented claim. I'm not sure if it's been acquired or not. In any case, there is a Forest Service boundary there. There's also some old stamp mill equipment up the road that we'll get a picture of a little later. And for now, unless I can find some other things here, why we'll finish down here. I'm looking back down. See the pickup down there, the Bronco at Adit 1 of the Lone Pine. I've come up, it's probably a couple hundred feet slope distance. A couple old dozer roads across the slope here, and this vegetation is growing on the waste dump. It's been kind of modified a little bit by a bulldozer, but there is a caved, I'm going to call it an adit. It's slumped back up in there, actually turns to the left to about the center of the picture there, and it's just a slump in there about 8 feet deep or so, and then this little trough comes out. So not much there. Might have been a little stope that has collapsed under the adit, or a little drift that's collapsed. So at least we found a second working. I've looked around a little bit from up here on these other slopes, and I really don't see any other workings, although I'm sure there must be some around. It's a little brushy in places, so I'm not sure everything would show without a map of the workings, why it's a little difficult to find them. In any case, that should take care of this one. We'll go get some photos of the stamp mill up there. And in fact, as I look, there's another little dump right up here. Looks like there's a little kick collapse there as well. So either that's another adit or another little collapsed part of this drift off of this one. I'll take a look at it, but I don't think it's worth any video. The dump here isn't very big. I'm guessing it's about 15 feet long, 6 feet wide on top, and kind of goes down over the slope here, maybe about, call it 10, 12 feet thick is about all. So with that, I'll close down for now, and we'll get back down there and go out the road and get a picture of the stamp mill. This is the back part of the cabin here at the Lone Pine, and I've got a feeling that this little extension back here is actually the entrance to another adit. It's a little hard to tell. There's a caved zone back here into the hill, and the map actually shows, the topo map actually shows the adit coming back this way. So I would bet that there was an adit here. They've got a little vent pipe sticking up as well, so it wouldn't surprise me if there had been an entrance in from the back here. We'll call this adit 3 since it is here. The other adit over there has a north-south trend to it, and this one's pretty much a westerly, southwest possibly, or a little northwest even. In that case, any case, we'll head on out and get some pictures of that those stamp mill parts. I'm back up along the road to the Lone Pine, the access road to the Lone Pine. Going out this way connects with the road that goes to Florence. Swings back down here, and right here at this little junction it goes back down around to where I was at the adits. You can see some rails salvaged here apparently, and some old pipe. A bunch of metal tables and I-beams and all sorts of contraptions here. And then over on this side you can see an old, looks like a boiler probably, and some feeders probably for the stamp mill. And over here we've got part of the mill also. Merrill's Mill Company, San Francisco. It's probably the base of the stamps, I would guess. Little flywheel back over in there, another little wheel back over there, and then over on this side are the stamps. At least here were three, and this is the camshaft that drives the you can see the three cams on there that moves these pistons up and down to crush the ore. So pretty much the old stamp mill is still here. The pieces parts are, but it's in pretty bad shape. These old flywheels were all wooden. Pretty amazing they held together as well as they did. A lot of scrap metal lying around here as well, and probably more workings than what I found, but unless I see some more on the way driving out, why, that'll pretty well wrap up the Lone Pine. This tub's a little more recent than this other material, obviously.